Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. Happy Monday and happy day after Easter. I hope you had a lovely Easter day. I hope you had a blessed day with your family and your loved ones. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Kim from Yesterday's Tomorrows. And if you're watching this and you don't see the red light button over there, that means you're watching on the replay. And if you could just put in the comments, #replay, so I know you're watching and I can say hello to you. And if you're new, let me know you're new so I can say welcome. Thanks for joining me today on my segment with Craft Around the Clock. Also, Craft Around the Clock is a free group. You can join. I tag them up above in the descriptions. All you have to do is hit that tag, go over, press the join button, and our sweet friend Tracy Campbell, our fearless leader, will put you in and you can see us crafting 24/7, 7 days a week. Hello, everybody. Hello, Claudia's here and Denise is here. Hello, Marcia. Happy day after Easter, everyone. All right. So if you were able to catch me, it was Wednesday. Redesign with Prima had a new release. How exciting. And I am a retailer for Redesign with Prima. You can get all the Redesign with Prima products on my website, which you can find the link down below. Hi, Terry. Hello, Francis. All right, so let me show you what we're going to be doing today. Of course, we're going to work with some pretty laces, and we're going to be using their Decoupage fiber today. All right, and this is one of their new ones. Isn't this so pretty? And we're going to put it on a stool. It's going to be so pretty. So I'm going to show you how you use these products. Hello, Luann. How are you? Now, if you missed it on Wednesday, let me just show you. They came out with it's Decor fiber duo set. So you get two of them in there in different sizes. So anyway, oh, you're so welcome, Claudia. You're so welcome. Ladies, I try my hardest to get back to you. If I don't get back to you right away, hang tight. And usually at the end of the night, if you private message me is when I will get back to you. So here we go. All right. So if you missed it real quick, let me just show you a couple of the ones that was in the release. This one is called Soft Veil. Look how pretty that one is. Look at the size of it. Isn't it beautiful? And what I'm talking about is it comes in different sizes. It comes with two in a set. So you get the smaller version in the set and the larger version. They're both in that set. And Barbara, your first time here. Welcome, Barbara. Everybody, welcome, Barbara, to Yesterday's Tomorrows. So it's the duo set in the package, guys. It's not just one. You get both. Isn't that gorgeous? So that's one. And let me show you another one. This one is called Jardin Floral. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. That's gorgeous. Same thing. You get the dual set and it's in a smaller version right here. It's shrunk. So this is for your smaller projects. Maybe that will be for your larger projects. And let's see what else we got. That's the one we're working with today. I'll show you that one last. This one, oh my God, it's so pretty. Rosy Reverie. Look at this one, guys. Isn't that pretty? Thank you, everybody, for welcoming Barbara. I appreciate it. And then, of course, it comes with the smaller sheet. And they have the consistency feel of a dryer sheet. Everybody's like, well, what do they feel like? They feel like a dryer sheet. Or maybe a little bit thinner than a dryer sheet. Maybe a little bit thinner. Hi, Cindy. And this one right here. Hello, Tracy Campbell. This one comes in one sheet, guys. This is only one sheet. This is called Timeless Blooms. Isn't that pretty? So this was the only one that's a single sheet. Look at that. Beautiful. So the one we're working with today is called, I love this one. It's so shabby chic. It's called Blushing Blooms. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? So pretty. That's the one we're working with today. And here is the smaller version of it. Isn't that pretty? All right. So let's get going here. All right. So I just had, can I tell you how long I've had this? Forever. This is a stool that I purchased from Hobby Lobby, guys. I think they still have them. All right. So I started painting it in the color Candlelight. Isn't that pretty? It's by Paint Couture. You can also find this on my website. There's a link and it takes you right to their website. And if you can't get to the link, all you need to do in the link down below, sometimes Mr. FB, maybe he's not having that to happen. I know this is backwards, but all you have to do is put in the comments, !website, no spaces, all small letters. And hopefully the chat box will give you right in the link in the comments to my website. but I know it's backwards. Exclamation point website, no spaces, all small letters. And hopefully the chat box will do that for you. All right. So for the sake of time, ladies. All right. Oh, yes, and Tracy Campbell, your son is in our prayers. Tracy Campbell's son had a little accident yesterday. Not a little accident, but they think that he broke both elbows. So, Tracy, I hope your son's going to be okay. So I painted it in the candlelight. All right, so if you can see the difference, there's the candlelight, and here's where it's white. So I want it to look a little bit more antique-y, so... What are we doing today, Deborah Kennedy's? We're redoing a stool, and we're going to put this up on top of here. Isn't that going to look how pretty that's going to look up there, right? That's going to look gorgeous. All right, so let's get the paint going. So I left this side right here not painted so you can see what it looks like. Now, it has a little distressing in it. Let me show you guys. See how it has a little distressing on the sides? I'm keeping that, so I'm not looking for solid coverage of my paint. Let me show you what I mean. Hi, Sissy, how are you? Well, I think so. A lot of people are liking pink. I was gonna go pink, but this is more of a peachy pink. So I'm going with the candlelight today. All right. So if you could see what I'm gonna do right here, I'm just going with a one coat. And if you could see, I'm leaving some of the distressing. Can you see right there? I'm leaving the distressing on there. I'm liking that. So I'm not going for full coverage. I'm just putting one coat of the candlelight on there. That is it. Because I want that distressing that's on there already to show through. So let me show you real quick. So I'm not looking for full coverage. Now, do they still have this, Stool in Hobby Lobby? I think so. Every time I go there, I see it. So I think that they might still have it, ladies. If that's something you'd be interested in, the Stool. I haven't been to Hobby Lobby since maybe early December. I think was the last time I was there. All right, so there we go. All right, so now we're going to paint the white. The top. Even though this is white, can you see where they have the distress marks here? I don't want the distress marks showing because then you could see it through the paper, and I tried it and I'm not liking the way that looks. The distress marks through there. I don't know if you'll be able to see them from the camera, but I can see them from here. And once it's down there, I'm going to see those through there, and I'm not liking that. So remember, this paper works the same way as you decoupage any piece of paper. You want to paint it in a light background. Now I'm going with a little bit of a darker background because I really want this to look antique-y looking. That paper reminds me of something that would be in my grandmother's house years ago, maybe even like the wallpaper. So I don't want it to look, through the clear part of the paper to look white. All right, so that's why I'm using a little bit of a darker antique white. Now this color is called Candlelight, and it is by Paint Couture. It's got a built-in primer and top coat in it, so it's going to work really well with this. All right, so I'm just trying to cover up those. Can you see right there? So I'm just trying to cover up all that, guys. There we go, covered it up. And this is only going to need one coat also. There we go. And look how quick that was. All right, so let's do the sides real quick. And that's it. And then we're going to show you how you apply this paper down. This paper is very forgiving, easy to do, no wrinkles. It's wonderful, but people are like, I don't understand what that paper's about. It's because it says decoupage fiber paper when you buy it, and you're like, fiber. So it's like a dryer sheet to me, but it's a little bit thinner than a dryer sheet, ladies. A little bit thinner than a dryer sheet to me. I haven't bought dryer sheets in a while, so I'm assuming that it's thinner than a dryer sheet. Good morning, Bell's Creative Studio. How are you? Kathleen's here, and Barbara's here. Rose is here. Ladies, I apologize if I don't see you coming on here. If I'm missing your comments, hello, good morning, happy day after Easter. I hope everybody had a blessed Easter day. And hold on again. Let me make sure I'm getting that all. Yes, I did. All right, so there we go. It's all done. All done. That's how quick that was. That's how quick. All right, so let's dry that. Let me get my handy dryer, and we're going to dry it. What am I doing here? Hold on, ladies. Let me get this. Move this out of the way. Here we go. Let's move that. All right, now we got room to move. Hi, Kim. How are you? And Gail is here. Gail, you're new. Welcome to Yesterday's Tomorrow's. First time you come here, you're a newbie. Second time you show up, Gail, you're automatically a fancy friend. So make sure you come on back and become a fancy friend. Here we go. Yes, there's a link to the paper right down below. It looks like a little paper clip or maybe a little dots, and you hit that and it'll take you right to my website. Just hit the menu bar, go to Redesign with Prima, and you will find it right there. Whoop. And you'll find all the other ones that I was showing you too. What is this one called again? Blushing Blooms. This one's called Blushing Blooms. But it's right on my website if you're interested, ladies. All right. And wow, it's drying pretty quickly. There we go. Now, the one, like I said, this color is called Candlelight. It's an antique white. Kimberly, how are you? How are you, Kimberly? And Cindy, we got a lot of my membership group ladies here. Welcome, ladies. Thank you, Cheryl. Yes, welcome to all the newbies. I appreciate you all. I wasn't sure how many people are going to show up the day after Easter. You might be all chocolate or peeped out. We got peeped. I know my son's old, but I still make him a little Easter basket. And when I saw they had chocolate pudding peeps. Chocolate pudding peeps. So I bought them for him. He said they were good. Can you use any hair dryer? Sure, Deborah, any hair dryer will work. Chocolate pudding peeps. Usually I wouldn't buy peeps, but they were chocolate pudding flavored. He said they weren't bad. It's not really a candy person, but anyway. There you go. Just a little basket. You're still coughing? Oh, yikes. Yikes. You've been in our prayers, Kimberly. You have been in our prayers. I hope you got my email that I sent you. I sent you an email the other day, Kimberly. Okay. Sheila's here. Hello, sweet friend. All right. So to put this paper down, I like to use, this is what I prefer, and it's called Paint Couture Extreme Guard Top Coat. Paint Couture Extreme Guard Top Coat. That's what I use to put down my paper with. That is water resistant. That's what I did use on my, I can move this out of the way now. That is what I used on my kitchen cabinets 5 years ago, and they still look like they're brand new, and they wipe down clean. And like I said, it's water resistant. Now, this is a little stool. This is something you're really going to sit on. Probably not. It's more decorative, if anything. But it's really a sturdy top coat. You saw Dr. Pepper peeps? Oh, my gosh. I didn't see those. I'll tell you, they'll make a flavor out of anything. Oh, my goodness. Now, somebody put, and I don't know if it's real or they had made the AI image, but it was peeps in the flavor pierogies. Guys, oh my God, I was never laughing so hard. If you guys know what pierogies are. Oh, Lord. All right. So let me see which way I want this to go. There we go. So I kind of want to center this right here. You can see it. I mean, it's a pattern, so it doesn't really have a center, but which is the part that I want, the best in the circle. So I think this is matching up like pretty, I only have a small little edge here and a small little edge here, but I mean, look how pretty that's going to look on there. So because I did the candlelight, right? The paper right here, that's a little see-through. Can you see that? It's more of a beigey color coming through. So it looks more antique-y. Thank you, Tanya. You love my background? Thank you. Me too. It's very, springish. Very springish. Okay, so this is what I use the Extreme Guard top coat. All right, so let's put this on. Let me get my brush. Let me roll up my sleeves here. Let me get my little brush going. Okay. And you want to start over here. And it's just like you're putting down regular decoupage, guys. Now, normally, the only thing that's different is when I tell you to decoupage, ladies, I tell you thin coats. You don't need a lot. You heard me say that a million times. Thin coats when you're putting your decoupage paper down. Here, not so much, because this is fibrous. And you want a pretty decent coat of your decoupage medium down, or whatever you're going to use. Like I said, this is what I'm using. The Extreme Guard top coat is what I'm using. And, but you want a decent, can you see how thick that is? I want a thicker coat of that down, just like that. And make sure you get it, you know, on your edges too. There we go. All right. And let's put that down just like that. And I can feel it. Can you see? Look at my hand. It's wet. It's coming through, which is good. It's coming through the paper. See, look, see my hand's a little wet. It's not like wet, but you can feel it coming through. And that is good. That means you got enough of it down. And make sure you get the edges down. All right, so let's push this down like this. Hi, Maureen. Hello. All right, and now we're going to lift that up. Push it back a little bit. And do the same over here. Let's get the middle going. And actually, let me put this up here like, there we go. This way I'm not dripping it as I'm lifting it from the table down here. Okay, so like I said, you always hear me say, you don't need, you know, thin coat for decoupage, not with this fiber paper. You want a thicker coat, guys, a thicker coat. Okay, put that down. I know it's beautiful paper, guys. Don't be intimidated by using this paper. If anything, it's simple to use. Very simple. Very, very simple to use. There we go. Whoop. And make sure, you know, when you're doing a stool like this, you want to make sure you get the edges down, just like that. There we go. It would be pretty for wallpaper too. It sure would, Bonnie. You know what? When I was showing this last Wednesday, I actually said it reminds me of a wallpaper that would have been in my grandmother's home. Okay, this is my little tool I like to use when I'm doing my decoupaging. It just gets all the bubbles out. And I'm feeling it. It feels wet, which is good. You want it to feel wet because that means you put in enough decoupage medium on there. Anna, hello, sweetie. How are you? Your molds are in the mail, sweetie. They went out the other day. Should be getting them any moment. Maybe today. A lot of the tracking said they would be arriving today. There we go. All right, so now I'm just going to put a little bit right here on the edges, just like this. And then we're going to dry it, and we'll first I'm going to cut them off, and then I'll take my sandpaper and do the excess. I know, isn't this pretty? Gorgeous. I love this paper. I haven't worked with the fiber paper in a while. I did a while ago, but now they came out with a new release and so many beautiful patterns. It's like material. All right, there we go. All right, there we go. Okay, so now let's dry it. Thank you, Sheila. And let's dry it. Look how pretty that paper is. Isn't that paper gorgeous? It's pretty. I'm loving it. And again, I will also, before it dries, paper, very forgiving. If you decide, oh, I'm not really quite sure, I like the way the placement is. Look, you can lift it up and put it back down again. As long as it's not dry, you can lift it back up and put it back down again. Now here's a little spot right here that I'm seeing that's not, here we go. I could see a little spot right here. Needs a little bit more. There we go. But it's very forgiving. As long as it's not dry, you're going to be able to lift it up and put it back down again. Where did I get the paper? I have it on my website. Tanya, I am a retailer for Redesign with Prima, and it's on there. Ah, thank you, Pam. She sent me over Niagara Falls. How cool is that? One day I'm going to get there. One day I'm going to get to Niagara Falls. Yeah, there should be a link down below. Looks like 2 paper clips or a couple of dots. And my link to my website should be right there. And, or if you put in the comments, exclamation point website, no spaces, all small letters, exclamation point website, all small letters, no spaces. It'll give you, in the comments, it'll give you my, website. Hi, Irma. How are you? Hi, Tammy. Debbie's here. Thank you, everybody. Now, this is going to just take a little bit to dry. Not long. And then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with the lace. Where did I put the lace? I picked out a lace for here. No. Maybe I saw it before. We'll find it. Let's see if it's working. Let's see if the website's working. That's Mr. FB's chat box. So, yes, Marie, they went out, and if I'm not mistaken, the tracking is saying today or tomorrow, Marie. Today or tomorrow, Marie. Just so that you know. Your order will be coming in two separate orders. I forgot to put that in your thing. Your transfer salon D Diane will be coming in a separate order. Just an FYI. There we go. I don't know if that little chat box is working. I don't see it. Maybe not today. Yes, you're close, Luann. You're in Connecticut. You got yours quick. Oh. All right, it's getting dry. Okay, and let me get my little sander while we're waiting. I just use a little gator, guys. And you want to make sure that, the sandpaper is a thicker grade of sandpaper. You don't want to use something too thin or you're going to be sanding forever to get it off. Yeah, it's pretty much dry already. It's getting pretty much dry. And then, of course, it's not done yet. What I will do is I personally would put another 3 coats, and I'll let it dry completely in between coats of the Extreme Guard top coat, just to make sure that it's on, guys. So now when you're doing your coat, it's your top coat, you don't have to go as thick as what you did underneath. Okay, you just want a thicker coat when you're putting it down. You do not need a thick coat when you're going over the top of it. Okay, so when I'm going over the top of it with my Extreme Guard top coat, that's when I can do the thin coats. But I will give it up. For me personally, I'll give it another 3 of these. Ah, Cindy, you got your order. Good. Yeah, but the mail lost one of my orders, ladies. One of my poor customers, it's lost. So I had to send her out a new one. The mail lost it. All right, let me put this out of the way, guys. Hold on. How are we with time? We're good. You'll have to catch the replay. Yes, it's one good thing. I'll catch it within 30 days. Oh, my gosh. Mr. FB took that away. 30 days is all our replays stay there for. So we got to catch it in 30 days, ladies. All right, good. Now everything's done. Perfect. All right, so let me get my scissors. And since this is like material, I got my material scissors. No, you don't have to sand between coats. No, Angie, no sanding. No sanding. All right, so I'm cutting this. And ladies, you can use this. Keep your scraps. You can use this for other projects. If you have something a little small, you'll be fine. All right. So I'm cutting this first and then I'm going to sand. All right. Because, you know, get the extra out of the way. You don't have to bother with it. Yeah, this can go for small little projects. Absolutely. There we go. All right. And you know what? Let me take my sander, guys. Let me get this piece that looks like it's pretty worn. Let me put a newer piece on there. There we go. Okay, there we go. Waste not, want not. Waste not, want not. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so can you see? Here we go. You got it. It can't be I would use at least 180 grit. I wouldn't do a 220. I think, well, it might work, but you're going to be there forever. So let me just show you real quick how it's coming off. See? Look how it's coming off already. 1, 2, 3. Oh, Laura, well, I'm sorry you had that experience, but I apologize for that. I'm sorry. Well, not apologize for me. I didn't do it, but I'm sorry you had that experience. I've never had anybody complain about when they ordered from me, so hopefully good. And if the woman that is not getting her order, not because of my mistake, I am shipping her out a new one today. So, but I don't know what happened. All the other orders that were with her order went out and people have gotten it. So, there we go. Craft Crazy Company, how are you? All right. Now here around the edge, guys, you can do a couple of things. You could put a mold on there if you want, or you could wrap it all the way around your edge of here. You could do that if you wanted to, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put lace on it. We're going to glue some lace around the edge of it and wait to see how pretty that's going to look. Now remember, I'm still going to be top coating this 3 times because I want it to stay. And make sure when you're doing that, you use a good top coat. I know Mod Podge, don't get me wrong, I've used Mod Podge, and there's a time and a place for it, but not for this. If you're going to be doing this fibrous paper, I would use something a little bit stronger, and that's why I like the Extreme Guard top coat. And that you can find on my website under all paint products, guys. If you're looking for the Extreme Guard top coat by Paint Couture, you can find it on my website. Paint Couture can be found on my website under all paint products. All right, there we go. Look, guys, look how pretty that looks. Isn't that gorgeous? Look how pretty. I love it. I absolutely love it. That is really pretty. All right. So the other day, oh my gosh, it was a great find. I was in Goodwill and I found a huge bag of lace. A huge bag. If I'm missing some comments, ladies, I apologize, and I will try to go back tonight and answer all of your questions if I'm missing somebody. And it was all in my clubhouse, in my membership group. I was saying to them, oh my goodness, I need ruffled ribbon, right? Well, I go to Lancaster in the Goodwill and there was a bag. Well, everything was ruffled ribbon. Is that amazing or what? They were all ruffled ribbon, the whole bag. So I thought how pretty this would look with lace around it, right? Oh my goodness. So let me see which one I'm going to choose today, but they're all ruffles. It's just, the whole bag is ruffle ribbon. I mean, wow, look at that. That's even pretty, right? The eyelet, look at that, right? Look how pretty that would look. How gorgeous. And then, ooh, hold on a minute. Let me see what else is in here. Maybe this one. This one. Ooh, I don't know. Oh, look at this one. Maybe that one. Because then, look at that. Well, let me see if I have enough. Oh, no. I don't want to stretch it. It's not going to be enough unless I stretch it. Let's see if I stretch. I'm liking this one. Oh, no. But I have to stretch it. I'd have to stretch it as it's going around. But I'm thinking, ladies, what's your thoughts about this one? Put it in the comments, yay or nay. That will just make it. Just make it. Look at that. I don't know. Maybe, or is it too much? I don't know. Yes, perfect. Have I ever decoupaged a basket? Oh my goodness, I sure have. Sure have plenty of times. It came out really pretty. Or it's just something dainty like that. I don't know. I don't know which one. Now I'm perplexed. All right, so I got my glue gun on. And let me just see something. Hold on. I have a ribbon that fell down here. Hold on, ladies. I have something else to show you. Hold on. Sit tight. I'm coming. Here we go. Okay, so here's the other one I'm thinking about. The only thing I'm thinking about, that one that I have to stretch, which I do love. I'm afraid that once the glue dries, it won't be good enough. Ooh. So this is another one I'm thinking. I think just this one. I think this is the first one I'm going with. I love this stretchy one, but I think when I stretch it, that it's not going to stay. But we'll find another project for this. I just do not want it to stretch. If I stretch it like that, I'm afraid it's not going to stick after it dries. I don't know. There we go. Where am I going to use this? I don't know. In my house somewhere, in a little corner, and make a little vignette. And you could even put it in a corner, and then next to a couch or something, and you can put your you can either put a candle on here, some photos, some family photos. But so this one right here, somebody said do something tea stained. Well, this one's tea stained already, so this one would be perfect. The other one, actually, this one's tea stained too a little bit. This is more tea stained than this, but this one's a little deeper. So we'll go with this one. I like the dainty lace. Melinda says, yeah, I'm going to go with the dainty lace. Dainty lace it is, ladies. Dainty lace it is. All right, so let's get this started here. All right, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this down just like this, and we'll start. We will start to actually, yeah, it doesn't really matter where I start. Okay, wait, which is the front of this ribbon and what's the edge? Okay. Got to make sure there's the back and the front of the lace. Yeah, but I went to Lancaster, went to a Goodwill. This was a bag of it. I'm like, holy smoke. I couldn't even believe it. Couldn't even believe it. That I didn't even know I didn't even open it up. I'm like, whatever it is, I'm going to love it. I said, it's just a bunch of lace. I'm sure I'll like it. And then when I got home and looked at it, I'm like, holy cow. All right, there we go. And I'm going to want to sit it up a little bit so you can see it from the edge. Okay, there we go. And more glue. It's like so. So how easy this was working with this paper, ladies. This decoupage fabric paper. I'm telling you, it's easy to use. Don't be intimidated by it. And you know, it gives it a really pretty finish. It looks like, and it is like material, like you covered it in fabric instead of just decoupage paper. It definitely looks like fabric. Thank you, Gloria. Hey, Renee, how are you? It definitely looks like fabric, guys. So when you're doing this stool, how pretty that is, right? That it looks like fabric, because it is fabric. It's not paper by no means. There we go. And we do this. Hey, Robin, how are you, sweetie? Thanks for coming by. All right. Isn't this stool so cute? Can I tell you how long I've had it sitting at my house? Probably since last summer. And I knew I'd find a project for it. But look how pretty the stool's going to be. Guys, I hope you try this. If you saw how easy it was, you can do it. All you ladies who watch are so talented. You always send me photos of things that you have worked on, and it amazes me how talented you all are. I'm like, look at that. It looks beautiful. In my membership group in the clubhouse, those ladies are extremely talented, and they send pictures to me all the time of things that they have worked on, and I'm like, wow, how gorgeous is that? All right, there we go. Push that down a little bit, and let's hold that. Thank you, Charlotte. There's more newbies here. I apologize if I'm not seeing the newbies. Newbies, welcome. Welcome, newbies, to Yesterday's Tomorrows. First time you are here, you are a newbie. Second time you show up, you are automatically a fancy friend. Hi, Lydia. How are you? Thank you, Denise, for sprinkling. But, guys, isn't that gosh darn cute? Okay, so now the only thing that I was thinking of too now, you guys let me know. I value your opinion on things. I have this really pretty maybe really pretty I guess it's a ribbon, but it's rhinestones. Look how pretty that is. Now I got this on Amazon. Can I tell you, ladies, this is the most sparkly. Look at that. That is the most sparkly rhinestone imitation stuff that I've ever seen. Usually I don't like stuff like this, but it's very delicate and dainty looking, right? Right? So my thought was, now I don't know, I have to think. My thought was okay, so let me show you right here, to wrap it around there, just like that. So I'm not sure. This might be something I'm going to have to think about. Where am I going? I want to make sure I'm putting it on here right, so then you guys can see what it would look like if I did put it on. There we go. And we got Bonnie, newbie from Ohio. Welcome, Bonnie. Now this is going to give it a different vibe, a little bit, more fancier vibe with the little, there we go. Can you see that? I don't know. We'll have to see. Yes, decoupage paper is thinner. Decoupage paper is thinner than scrapbook paper. Scrapbook paper is thick. This is like this fiber paper is more like a dryer sheet. To me, it's a little thinner than a dryer sheet. And Laura says she likes it. She says it finishes it. I love the rhinestone border, Nadine is saying. Maybe dainty pearls. Yeah, that might be an idea. Oh, do I have dainty pearls? I'd have to look for that. So, hello, Christina, how are you? Thanks for joining. Maybe the pearls. Now I'm thinking maybe the pearls. Maybe the pearls. I don't know. But anyway, so while I'm sitting here, let me show you real quick how you would just do this. Okay, now this is totally dry, guys. This is totally dry. All right, so now to finish it off, you're taking the same thing. Oh, that's my big bottle of it. Now, Extreme Guard Top Coat comes in different sheens. The one I'm using today is satin. Okay, and remember how thick I put the other one on? The other coat? This is a very fine coat. Just a fine coat. Now this I'm going to let dry on its own. All the coats I'm putting on now, I'm not going to hit it with the dryer. I want them to totally dry on its own. I'm going to give it 24 hours to dry on its own. I'm not going to touch this now for 24 hours. And that 24 hours will give me enough time to think pearls or rhinestones. I'm not sure. You know how your piece speaks to you. So 24 hours will give me enough time to think about it. But I like to let my top coats dry on its own. I dried it with you ladies with the dryer because we want to get this project finished. But these coats, just let it go. You're not in a hurry. Let them dry by itself. So by this time tomorrow, or maybe even tomorrow morning, I can come back, put my second coat on, and the following day, I can come back again and put my third coat on. By the time I put my third coat on, it's going to be good to go. I know, Christina, this paper, beautiful, gorgeous, gorgeous. And this top coat I'm using, we also, too, ladies, it's will not yellow on you. And like I said, it was originally made for kitchen cabinets. So if it works on kitchen cabinets, you know it's sturdy. So that's why I'm using this one today. So here we go. This is it. Pink Couture Extreme Guard Top Coat. And I'm using the satin. I'm using the satin one. So take your brush. You don't want to wash it. It's still good. You take your brush. This is what I like to do. Here we go. Press and seal, guys. Get your press and seal. Go like that. Wrap your brush in it. And this will be good tomorrow for when I go and, where am I? When I go tomorrow and put another coat on top. I love press and seal because what happens is then I can go unwrap it and then I'm going to be able to do it again. Not like saran wrap. Saran wrap, once you take it off, you can't get it back on again. So anyway, so there we go today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this project using the new Redesign with Prima Decoupage fabric sheets. But I just wanted to show you how easy they are to use. And look how cute that little stool is, guys. That is adorable. That is adorable. So thank you for everybody for joining me. And remember, I am a retailer for Redesign with Prima and an affiliate with Paint Couture. You can find them both on my website. And Paint Couture, it is under the tag of all paint products. Okay, so Paint Couture is under all paint products. And there'll be a little caption underneath this as Paint Couture too. So you'll be able to see that, but you'll see you'll see all paint products. So I hope you enjoyed this, ladies. And I want to say thank you so much for joining me today. And if we can keep some of our fancy friends in your prayers, they need them. God knows who needs them. So I would really, really appreciate it so much. And I will see you back one day this week. If you are in my membership group, the Fancy Clubhouse, I will see you ladies tomorrow. At 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Try these papers out. You won't regret it. They are beautiful and they're so easy to use. All right, everybody. I love you all. Mwah. Go out and have a blessed rest of your day. All right, everyone. Bye. Thank you, Sheila. Well, let me see if I can give a heart out. There we go. There we go, ladies. Blessings to you all today. Bye-bye.